Welcome everybody to Sharp Bets Fantasy Sets. I am here with Fab Five again, as Tim will be joining us since he's faking an arm injury because he's scared to lose at darts apparently. So he'll be joining us till he can't and ditches us when his picks get bad, but 2-1 last week. So Tim, Sir, Naz, and Mike, how you doing, guys? Tim, I'll start with you, man. Big time Tim Sakura, who started off the season 2-1, even though he jumped in week 11. How you doing? By the way, this is week 12. Tim, go.
I'm doing fine. How's everyone else doing? Outside of being a Jets fan, everything's looking up for me.
Yeah, well, that's good, except good luck on the surgery. I know you're having one on Friday, so hope you go good. Never know when you go under the knife. Unless it's a root canal, then like, dude, or not a root canal, wisdom teeth, like, come on, grow a set. Sir, how you doing, man? Another loss for you.
Oh, man, it's getting rough, bro. It's getting rough, but we could easily be 8-2 if we just gotta learn how to finish. We let Geno Smith travel down the field and give us the business. But it is what it is, man.
I have to say, with the Niners being so good the past few years, nobody feels bad for you. It's kind of
I know. Hey, respect. I understand, but it's not good, bro. It's not good, but it's all right.
Oh, your division sucks, so at least you got a shot there. All right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think that's the only way we get in is if we have to win the division.
Nas, blah. Right? Where you at? Where you at right now? You just like, are you out of football? You just paying attention to college football?
No, I'm watching NFL. Obviously, it's like when Drake May makes a play, I'm like, like let's go, that's the future. But then when he throws the interception or strip sack, I'm like, damn, what are we doing?
Still tied for last place. Your statement hanging true. Mike, you still coming off your emotional high?
You go before me. Go in the standings. We're on the top.
You're right. We got to go with the losers first. The only winner goes last. I don't have much to say about the Dallas Cowboys. Monday was a weird feeling watching, knowing they were out of it. I don't know why they're playing Cooper Rush and not Trey Lance. I know they both stink, but I mean, like, I'd almost be more inclined to watch if it were Trey Lance, so at least I know there's a young kid who might be the future. Like, you know who Cooper Rush is, but they're toast. The whole coaching staff's toast. And at this point, I'm just kind of watching to see if Brandon Aubrey will break the field goal record this year. I honestly think that's the only thing I would watch. Like, they're going to attempt one this year. That's like 68 yards. And at that point, McCarthy should do it so his fans have something to at least look forward to. He's their best player, so I think you'll see that this year, an attempt for that. So that's why
you know it's bad when you root for a kicker, bro.
Brutal. I've been looking to get his jersey. Are you kidding me? All right, Mike, go on.
Yeah, I mean, the beginning of the season, we were not predicted to win the division. So for us to be where we are now just says a lot about our coaching staff and also our quarterback. Josh Allen is literally carrying the team on his back. And that's what he had to do to get to be in this position right now. Like, if he wouldn't be doing what he's doing right now, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. So all kudos to the future MVP.
You think it's a lock now?
It's not a lock. I mean, what he did against the Chiefs, I mean, definitely cemented it right now. I do think that it can change if we lose a game or two, but supposedly MVPs get picked off of records, not because of stats. So we'll see what happens.
Tell you what, that was an MVP play at the end of that game.
Did you see it called in Portuguese, like in a Brazilian sports podcast? That was awesome.
It's a weird feeling for you, though. Like, you said Josh Allen's, what, 4-1 versus the Chiefs in the regular season?
4-0.
4-0. And it's like, do you still feel like as confident as you always had if you go up against
the
Chiefs?
It was never a point of we couldn't be the Chiefs because of talent, right? We've always had the talent. It was because of coaching and crucial mistakes. So if you take that aside, if we actually fix the coaching and we can get over that hump and McDermott can make the right decisions, then we'll beat the Chiefs. I mean, none of those games the Josh Allen lost. It was all because of coaching. So I do think if we can get over that hump, we'll definitely beat the Chiefs and win a Super Bowl.
Okay. Wow. All right. So clarify this statement, though, Mike, because you've been going on in one of our chats that Sir's not in, and neither's Tim. One of the chats we're in where you said, I want to hear all your take. You said Mahomes is 1A, Allen's 1B, but you would take Josh Allen over Patrick Mahomes. Do you still stand by that?
Correct. Yes, I still stand by that.
Tim,
So
I agree with that.
I'm still going to take Patrick Mahomes. I mean, I can understand his thought process because maybe Josh Allen is more of a skilled player, but hey, there's something to say about winning, and Patrick Mahomes is a winner. So until Josh Allen takes him out,
that's why he's 1A.
Yeah, but even if Josh Allen beats him this year, like it doesn't change my mind personally. Like anyone could beat anyone. Like Nas said, even Daniel Jones had a day in Minnesota. He could have a day, right? Nas, you're not taking Allen. I don't even think
No,
you're taking Allen over Lamar, right?
no. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is different. Like it's just different.
Right. So, Mike, I hope it. Sir, what about you?
I'm taking Mahomes, man. I mean, listen, I respect to Josh Allen, bro. Like, because especially with his legs, like he can take a game over with his legs, like Lamar. But
Yeah,
nah,
like
you got to give Mahomes that credit, bro.
I have
I do.
respect
That's why he's 1A. Don't forget, he's 1A.
I have respect for Josh Allen. Like maybe a couple years ago, I picked Josh Allen with the second pick overall in my fantasy league and won the whole thing. Like I respect him. Great quarterback, everything.
What
But
a reason to respect the guy.
it's
He's got a
just
lot more than win you a fantasy league, bro.
What I think happened with you, Nas, is talking to Mike for 11 weeks. It made
yeah,
you hate the Bills a little more.
yeah. It does.
I
That's
think
why we're gonna steal a game this year. I'm telling you, Patriots are gonna beat the Bills. Watch. It's gonna be a Sunday. It's gonna be rainy, 57 degrees out.
how
Just
do you know?
watch.
Like, how do you know all this already?
Just watch.
Okay, yeah,
Watch.
sunny and rainy. It's 57 degrees in Buffalo in December or New England.
Yep.
Good luck with that. All right, let's go to the Jets because this seems like an ongoing topic where week after week, day after day, some shit's going on. Tim, you fired Joe Douglas. Well, you didn't, but your team did. What's happening?
now playing quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Now playing offensive coordinator, Aaron Rodgers. Now playing head coach, Aaron Rodgers. Now the new GM of the Jets, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I don't know, man. And it gets compounded with Woody Johnson coming out saying, "Oh, he wanted Aaron Rodgers benched after week 4." If you're the owner of the team and you say you want somebody benched, he's gonna get fucking benched. I don't know. It makes us look like a joke, personally. Maybe that's my opinion. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but it's such a weird thing to come out and say way, way, way after the fact.
Even after game 4, too. It's like you were 2-2. Like it doesn't make any sense why you would want to bench him. Mike, you got to be reveling in this though, being a Bills fan.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to plenty of Jets games where they are throwing bottles at my head and trying to talk as much shit as they can while I'm in the nosebleeds with them. But they deserve everything they're getting, man. I honestly do. I mean, they for some reason they act like their shit don't stink. I don't know why, but I do think that it's all from the top bottom. And Woody Johnson is just probably the or one of the worst owners in the league, and he let all this happen. So I don't think that Douglas has everything to do with what they're doing. I don't think Salah had everything to do with what they're doing now. I think that was a very panicky thing to fire Robert. I think he probably could have won a few more games on that team this year if he would have kept him as head coach. But yeah, I just think they're in panic mode right now, just literally just scrambling to just have any kind of substance.
As a Jet fan, Tim, would you take Rodgers back next year or you want to just cut ties?
No, I don't think there's a way that they bring him back. Whoever's coming
Really?
in new, whoever the new coach is, the new GM, it's almost better to start fresh, draft whoever at quarterback. We're gonna have a good pick. I mean, it's not like Joe Douglas did a bad job at drafting, right?
No,
I
no.
mean, the skill players around Aaron Rodgers are pretty good. You could argue that the offensive line still isn't that great, and that's
That's hard though. That's hard to build a line. It's
yeah, yeah. You got to build the inside out. I mean, the only mistake Joe Douglas did was, I guess, listening to whoever told him to get Aaron Rodgers as quarterback, and it cost him his job. And if that was his choice, then yeah, maybe he deserved to be fired.
I
But
don't know if that's a mistake though. Like anyone in their right mind would have done. Like at that point, it was.
oh yeah, yeah. It just has turned out to be just
No.
colossally bad. Just
Nas,
Not good.
you're in this division as well. What's your take on this situation? And would you cut ties with Aaron Rodgers if you're the Jets?
I wouldn't cut ties with him, but it's just how it was in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers needs to run it. If he's not running it and it's not being ran the right way, he has to call his shots, as we can see. I'm pretty sure he had kind of something to do with this firing that we just got about.
Well, the Packers aren't missing a beat, so they don't really give a fuck. That should have been their first signal last year. Sir, what do you think? Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Niner next year?
Oh shit, nah, but I mean, like I said, like they seem like they're blowing the whole thing up. Like they said, fire the coach, fire the GM. I think get rid of Rodgers, bring in a new regime, and go from there. But as Tim said, I don't put the blame on Joe Douglas. That he drafted pretty well. Is it just so all Rodgers came in and just pretty much blew the whole thing up. So
What was his worst pick?
I don't think.
Mekhi Becton was his worst pick, or I guess Zach Wilson. But
Well, yeah, Zach didn't look the greatest, but I mean, like,
At this point, he don't look much worse than fucking Aaron Rodgers, though. Let's be honest. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, even last year, Zach Wilson. I mean,
Their record was better with him.
They had a better record with Zach Wilson at the helm.
Crazy. It
Hey,
really,
Scott, it's my favorite week of the year. The
The
Jets
bye
bye
week.
week.
Well, how
Can't
about
take an
that?
L this week.
Can't lose, old boy.
How about your coach saying that though? He goes, "Now's a good time for a bye week." You're 3-8. You've been on a bye for fucking 8 weeks. It's like Nas. Remember earlier in the year you asked me what needs to change with the Dallas Cowboys, and I told you some teams are just fucking cursed. There's like you can do whatever you want. That's the Jets. There's no explanation why they're 3-8. It doesn't make any sense. Like it's like at least the Bengals being 4-7, you still feel like the Bengals have been in game, like they're good. And if the Bengals get in, they're gonna cause noise. Like the Jets stink. It doesn't make any sense.
The Jets could always rely on one thing, and that was they were going to play great defense under Saleh.
Yeah.
There's been 3 games since they fired him where if Saleh's a head coach, I think the Jets win.
And
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
It's
they've definitely
crazy.
won a game or two.
And that's also why it's not really on Rodgers as much. It's New York media. It is what it is. But he put them in a position to win about 4 games. The kicker blew 2 of them, and the defense blew another 2. So, like, granted, he hasn't been putting up numbers like in Green Bay, but he's put them in positions to win, which is why I think history might repeat itself. And don't be shocked if he's goes the Brett Favre route, and next year he's a Minnesota Viking. Keep an eye out on that. Trade to the Vikings.
Hey, man, put some respect on Sam Darnold's name,
He's
man.
years up though.
Hey, you never say you doing all right for himself. Well,
And
not recently.
McCarthy looks great in preseason. He's going to be the quarterback next year.
Yeah, I'm not. No. We'll sit here next year and talk about JJ McCarthy. Give me Aaron Rodgers for 1
Man,
year.
ain't nobody sitting around talking about JJ McCarthy, bro.
I'm telling you, he's going to be good. Watch, we'll see next year.
Yeah, I don't trust him, but I could be wrong.
Just like you didn't trust Jaden Daniels.
I didn't say that. I
You
said
weren't too-
put him in
You weren't
camp.
too high on him. You weren't too high on him after like they started off 2-0.
I'm still not too high on him because it's his first year. Look at what happened. He's taking a step back for 2 weeks. Like, it's just everyone needs to calm down is my point. They put these poor kids in the Hall of Fame after 3 weeks, and then this shit happens. And I just take a deep breath, and
Same shit's happening to Anthony Richardson.
I don't like to live in immediacy, Mike. I like to take it in. You
In order
know,
to play quarterback in this league, man, anytime you're playing well, you got to give him kudos.
I agree.
but he's not playing overly well. He could barely throw touchdown passes. They have an offense set to him extremely well.
I agree. Yeah, he throws to the flats, to the running backs, and to yeah. I agree. It's a weird offense, but
It works. He wins.
I don't know. One thing on the bright side, at least for the Jets, at least they're not the biggest disaster out of MetLife Stadium.
Oh, well, there's a question.
Maybe.
Right now, here's a question right now. We'll go to this. Sir, you rather be in the Giants or Jets position?
I'd rather be in the Jets position.
Nas.
The Jets.
Mike?
that's
Tim?
I'd rather be the Jets, but I'll be honest, we're a much bigger disappointment than the Giants are.
True.
I thought the Giants were going to stink right from the start, and they do.
Yeah, but the Giants is tough. Like the Jets have the pieces. Like they have it. They have it. It's there. They just don't know what to do with it. The Giants is like you're searching, like you're starting DeVito after you bring Drew Lock in. Like you're just trying to grab. You just like you don't know what's going
Putting
on.
band-aids on bullet holes.
Yeah, it doesn't stop bleeding.
Hey. Oh man.
Hey, listen, the Jets are a quarterback away from being good.
Even though I am a big fan of Malik Neighbors, I do like Malik Neighbors.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, neighbors, but then who else they got? Like, what, Tyrone Tracy? Come on now.
Well, let's say this. Let's say they get the number 1 overall pick or 2 overall pick. Somebody said to me at work, take Travis Hunter, and then the next year if you suck again, you got Manning. So you got.
Oh, see, I've been hearing that a lot. I heard that from 3 people.
That's not bad though. But why, as a fan, fuck that. I don't want to suck for the next 3 years. Like, because you never know. And then by the time you get good, Malik Neighbors' contract is up, and it's
They are going to suck for the next 3 years. It's going to be a total rebuild. So just go with it. You got to go with it.
yeah.
Build from the inside out.
The
then-
Giants have tried.
and then get your
they
quarterback.
the Giants have tried, to be fair to them. They just have not hit on any linemen. Like, they have tried to draft linemen. It just, like, it's rare. Like, when the Cowboys built their line with, like, Dak, it's rare that 3 guys work out that well, like, in a row. Smith, Frederick, and Martin. Like, that doesn't happen a lot. It's very hard, but I digress. Really quick before we get to our picks, we're just going to touch on some threats here. Biggest threat to the Lions in the NFC, Mike.
In the NFC?
Mhm. Who you taking? Like, okay, they can match up with them in Detroit.
That's tough. I'd still probably go. I like the Packers. I do like the Packers. If not the Packers, I would probably say the Eagles.
Fair division opponent. I think as a Lion fan, I'd fear the division opponent more than anything. I think the Packers would be the biggest threat. Tim?
I had the Eagles. I said if you can run the ball and keep the ball out of Detroit's offense's hands, that's my that would be my go-to or my biggest fear if I'm Detroit.
Sir.
I mean, if I'm Detroit, I'm scared of a healthy Niner team, but that's not.
It's true, I
I'm
guess.
saying, if my boys can get right and they learn how to finish a ball game, I'm saying we dangerous, but they can't finish for some reason. So,
Nas, who you got?
I like the Niners. I feel like down the stretch, they'll probably start to put it together and be the Niners that we know. I just don't think Philly's physical enough for Detroit. Like, Detroit just pounces. Like, they just turn around and hand the ball off, and you got Jahmyr Gibbs running 40 yards down the field. Then you got David Montgomery getting 6-7 yards of carry. I just don't think Philly's that physical enough for Detroit, but I do like the Niners. I think the Niners are the biggest threat.
Okay, let's go to the AFC. I'll start with you, Mike. Who's the biggest threat to the Chiefs in Arrowhead?
Can just beat them.
Okay. Nas.
Lamar. The Ravens.
Mike, how you feel about that?
7-4. Yeah, I don't know about how I feel about 7-4. That's it's quite a ways away from the top of the food chain there.
The Ravens.
Tim.
Buffalo, like you said, team that just yeah, it was a close game, but hey, takes
The most
Like I
viewed
said.
game since 2000, I think 8, Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady, regular season. So America loves to watch that game.
Sir.
yeah, I gotta go with them. Buffalo.
I'm sticking with the Bengals. I think that's the one team the Chiefs don't.
Come on, dude.
I think if you ask any Chiefs fan, if the Bengals get in, that's one team they don't want to see.
I don't think anybody
The
wants to face
Bengals are not
the
going to make the
Bengals.
playoffs.
Don't be so sure about that.
Oh, I'm sure about that.
I could rattle off 6 straight.
I think I seen it Sunday night. I seen
They're
something.
right there. They're
I've
right
seen it.
there.
I
They
seen
should
it.
have beat the Ravens twice. Like,
Zach Taylor's terrible. That team is not going to win with that as a coach.
I'm just saying they should have beat the Ravens twice. They really should have. And then they should have won. The Chargers, by the way, wow, wasn't expecting that. Good for the Chargers, a quiet 7-3. And if the Jets just would have fired Saul in the beginning of the year, they would have had their pick at Harbaugh. But they went, and fired him in the middle of the year. So it is what it is. Really quick before we get to our picks, sir, can you tell my boy Nas, because he texted me earlier this week, and he said, because Deion Sanders was quoted saying, "I'm getting comfortable here. I ain't going nowhere." Can you tell Nas that means absolutely nothing on November 20th when it comes to the coaching if he wants to be an NFL coach?
Yeah, I mean, especially in the college ranks, like like what's he supposed to say? Man, I'm out this piece. Like, nah, you got recruiting and all that. Like every coach would go and say, I'm comfortable here, I'm not leaving until they leave.
Right.
Yeah, I know that, and I understand that. But I guess you guys know better than everybody.
I've just
So
seen it I've seen it my
we'll
whole
see.
life. I've never seen a great college coach stay in college
Okay.
without the opportunity of going to the NFL. I've almost never seen it. Basketball is different, but football, it seems like all of them have put their foot in the water. Mike, tell Nas like that means absolutely nothing.
I'm not going to tell him it doesn't mean afternoon because I do think Deion is going to stay. I'm on Nas's boat there. I'm sorry.
Tim?
Even though we have our differences, Mike, there it is. There it is.
Tim, does it mean
College
anything?
brings you all together.
Tim, does it mean anything?
No, absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Just blow it. So, yeah, like Sir said, what is he supposed to say?
I've seen
As
Brian
long as
Kelly,
Mike's on my side, that's all that
I've
matters. Here
seen
we go.
Brian Kelly leave Cincinnati in the middle of the night to go to Notre Dame and then leave Notre Dame to go to LA. Like, it just, these coaches have no loyalty. Absolutely fucking no when it comes to college. But we'll see about that. There might be a package deal. Let's get to our picks. All right, Mike. Last week, you went 1-2, 18, 14, and 1. Nas, 0-3, 17 and 16. Basically, a game and a half back. Sir, 1-2, 15, 17 and 1. Me, another 1-2 week, 11, 21 and 1. Awful. And Tim, nice little humble 2-1 last week. You wonder if you've been here all year, how you would have been doing. We'll see if you catch up at the end, which you won't. But if you can finish 500, and I can't, God bless you. All right, let's start from the top down here. Mike, go on. What are your 3 picks?
So I'm going to start off with the Broncos -6.5 versus the Raiders. That might be a trap game because I don't know why it's so low, but I'm still going to take it because the Broncos, Bo Nix looks like offensive rookie of the year. He might look like a top 10 quarterback right now as we speak. And the Raiders suck. I mean, they have nothing going for them. They kind of were in that Dolphins game, but the Dolphins are ass, so I'm not going to give them any credit for that. I think the Raiders cover -6.5. I'm going to go with the over in the Giants-Bucks game, 41. I think that game goes way over that. Bucks have the worst defense in the league. Tommy Cutlets is going to make stuff work. I think he's going to actually move the ball, at least something Daniel Jones couldn't do. The Bucks, I still think, win that game. I was thinking about taking -5.5 there, but I'm going to stay away from that. And then my last pick is I'm gonna go with the Chargers +3, the Harbaugh Bowl, Monday night. I do think the Chargers are legit, and obviously it's going to be an intense game. I think I'll take the 3 points because I think it doesn't get any closer. It won't get any further than that. There's 2 brothers going against each other. It's not going to be a touchdown game. It'll definitely be a field goal game, so I'll take the Chargers +3.
Love that Charger pick, Mike. And Nas, who's been burned by the Ravens the last 2 weeks. We'll see if he goes to them. Nas, you're up. Chance to catch up to Mike this week.
All right. Well, my first pick, I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to go Baltimore -3. I think just coming off that tough loss to Pittsburgh, I think they'll regroup and get the win. My second pick, Scott, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go to Commanders -10.5. I know that's high, but they just got obliterated by Philly on last Thursday. They had extra 3 days. I think that plays a factor. I think Jaden Daniels comes out, plays, Terry McCullough scores. So I think they covered 10.5. And then my last pick, I'm going to go to Patriots +7.5. AFC East opponent, I don't think the Dolphins are that good to blow us out the water. I think Drake May plays pretty well, and I think we'll probably cover this. Well, we will cover the 7.5.
Yeah, good picks there. I kind of like those too. Sir, chance to get over 500 or get to 500 this week.
All right, so this week I'm gonna keep it kind of simple. I'm gonna pick on teams that I usually like to bet against. Give me the first one. Give me Tampa Bay -6 against the Giants. The Giants stink. I don't care. Tommy Cutlets, whatever. They stink. I'm betting against them all day, every day. I didn't get a chance to bet in the last 2 weeks because between a bye week and in London, so or whatever. Or they're playing another team. They're playing the Panthers. And then my second pick, I'm going to Chiefs -10.5 against those same Carolina Panthers. Right? Why is Bryce Young still quarterback? He's been playing better, but they still stink. So give me the Chiefs -10, coming off a loss to Buffalo Bills. And the third, sorry Scott, but give me the Commanders -10.5 against the Cowboys. as I said last week, no Dak, no thank you.
Dak would save you here.
No thank. I'm saying Cooper Rush like that, bro. No, you said you want to see Trey Lance. I've seen Trey Lance. He ain't the best. Well, I think you're better off with Cooper Rush out there. So give me the Commanders minus 10.5.
All right, I'm gonna actually go with 2 over-unders because I gotta switch things up here. All right, I'm going to the KC Carolina game, 43. Give me the over. I think that the Chiefs might put up like 35, and just if the Carolina Panthers give me 10, over 43. To me, that seems pretty low. I think the Chiefs and Panthers could maybe get some late touchdowns to cover, so over 43. I'm also going to go over 47.5, Arizona and Seattle. I like that game to be 27-24, very high scoring. Both teams could score, so that's that. And then I'm going to go to a home underdog, the Bears plus 3.5 at home versus the Vikings. I like the hook, the half, so even if they lose, they might lose by 3, but they've been in pretty good positions. You could argue they could have 2 wins last week and then that Hail Mary. So give me the Bears at home plus 3.5 as my third pick there.
I like that.
Thank you, Mike. That might be the only one I win. Who knows? Sir or Tim, go on.
Hey, yes, my turn. All right, so I have one of the same picks as Mike. I had it at -6. I guess it started at -4.5. It's already up to 6, and you said 6.5. Denver -6.5 against the Raiders. Can't say anything better than what Mike said before. Then here's my dilemma, sir. I'm also going to take the Bucs -6 against the Giants. You said it, Tommy Cutlets. I don't think it matters. Giants aren't a very good football team. And my last pick, I'm going to hit the over-under again. And the Lions, I think, are still scoring points. So I'm going to keep going with them over 50.5 against the Colts. Colts look pretty good against what I thought is a decent Jets defense. So all I got to do is put up a couple points, and the Lions will do the rest.
All right, there's our picks. Next week is a make or break week where every year on this show we do the 3 Thanksgiving games plus another 3 picks. So big chance for Mike to just pull away here tremendously, or for some people to catch up, or just get buried and drown like me if I have an 0-6 week. You can do either the over-unders or the picks with the money line, not the money lines, the spreads. So next week, our Thanksgiving week, will be a 6-game week. So hopefully I could make up some ground. Fantasy Sleeper here. All right, I'll start. I'm going $4,000 to the Giants. I'm going with Tommy Cutlets here. Give me Tommy Cutlets as my quarterback for $4,000. I don't know why. I just think that, like Mike said, he's going to make that offense move, and I think it was a good move for the fan base to get excited. Giant fans will actually show up to have fun and do this thing, which they stink anyway, but give me Tommy Cutlets. Maybe, 2 touchdown passes, maybe a rushing one. So we'll go there. Tim, who you got?
I'm going 4,400 wide receiver Michael Wilson from Arizona. Seattle just gave up a huge game to the wide receiver 2, Jawan Jennings. Touche, I think Mike picked that last week. And, Michael Wilson's similar build to Jawan Jennings. Arizona coming off the bye. They looked really good in their last game, albeit against my New York Football Jets. But, Michael Wilson's my pick.
All right, sir.
I'm going back to the horse. I'm going Jalen Coker, 3,700 for the Carolina Panthers. Said they're probably going to be getting blown out, and they got to the ball late, or pretty much the whole game because they're going to be down. So give me Coker at 3,700.
Nas, no price Nas.
No price Nas. I'm going to go with Noah Brown from the Commanders.
Okay, I'll give you 3,500 on that because former Cowboy actually. Thinking he's going to put up some points. Wouldn't be shocked, actually. Late touchdowns. Mike, since you're the winner last week, go last and then go right in your thumbs up, thumbs down.
So it's all depending if the guy plays or not. So Swift doesn't play. I like Rashawn Johnson from the Bears, but let's say he does play. I'm going to go with Quentin Johnson from the Chargers receiver. The Ravens have the worst secondary in the league right after the Bucs. So I do think that a receiver has a big game in that game for the Chargers, and I don't think it's going to be McConkey. I think it's going to be Quentin Johnson.
So if Rashawn Johnson plays, Quentin Johnson's off the table.
If DeAndre Swift sits, then Rashawn Johnson's my pick. But if he doesn't sit, then Quentin Johnson's my pick.
Got you. All right, who's your thumbs up, thumbs down? Since Juwan Jennings had a hell of a game last week for you.
Yeah, so I'll start with my thumbs down. My thumbs down are the Jaguars, man. I'm not sure if anybody saw that interview with Doug Peterson getting pretty much interrogated about, if he's going to be fired, if he talked to the owner Shaw about, possible getting fired. It was a very awkward conversation. The interview asked him if who said last year they were going to be the best team in football, or like had the most talented team in football. He was like, his face was like, what was it me? He was like, who the heck said that? And then they also asked him, like, is he going to fire any of his staff? And he was like, I wish I really could tell I wish I really could tell you guys what I really think about that question. But he's like, says, just start with me. It starts with me. Something's going on in that locker room. I don't know how a team starts. They were really good last year, and now they're one of the worst teams in football. That game against the Lions was probably one of the worst beat downs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it'd be crazy if somebody actually picked the Jaguars on this show.
Yeah, who would do such a thing?
It was a 52 to 7.
Argue right now, sir. That's the worst pick of the year, as of now.
Hey, man, listen, 13 points, bro. Yo, it's plus 13. It wasn't like it was plus 3. It's plus 13, bro.
For 6 minutes.
But you believe in Mac Jones. That was your worst decision, believing in Mac fucking
on the road, too, in Detroit.
Hey, man, listen, all right? I got one bad pick. All right. Scott, I'm pretty sure you've been having some worse picks. I don't want to hear that.
My 21 losses aren't as bad as that one.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
My thumbs up player is obviously I got to give it to Josh Allen. The guy was pretty much told he wasn't going to win the division this year. The guy was told this is a rebuild year, no receivers to throw to. The guy was told that he's going to have an off year because he just doesn't have anybody to do it with. And traded away Diggs, traded away all these guys, got rid of our whole defense, and look where we are, 9-2, and it's all because of that man. He should win the MVP this year. Last year, Lamar Jackson won it, and Josh Allen had double the touchdowns he had, 44 touchdowns, better stats. The only reason Lamar Jackson won that MVP is because he had 2 more wins. So if we're going to base it off of that, now Josh Allen has 2 more wins, and he has way better stats than Lamar Jackson. So I think Josh Allen should win the MVP based off of what the NFL decides. Like you said, it should probably be called the quarterback award, not the MVP award. So I do think Josh Allen deserves thumbs up for how he played against the best team in football.
And as Mike is saying that, please ignore his Josh Allen shrine in the background with the pillow, the poster, the Bills beach ball, everything. I agree with you, though. Good thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, everybody. Next week will be our Thanksgiving week. I can't believe it's been 4 years since this show started. I think we had Merrill Reese on. I interviewed him 4 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, with Nick, who used to do this show. So enjoy your week, and we'll see you back for week 13 next week. And big tidbit here, my upset of the week. The Kansas Jayhawks at home will beat the Colorado on Saturday. As much as I do want DEION and the Colorado to get to that tournament, the Final 12, I think the Jayhawks beat them this week. So be wary.
Wait. So we'll make a little side bet. I'll give you 4.5 points.
Okay.
And I'll get you a case of any beer you want.
Okay, and what if I lose?
Then you just lose.
Okay, why would I not take that?
No. Nah, come on, man. You gotta learn how to take a bet, bro.
All right, then you get me any case I want. You get me any bottle I want.
Why does it have to be a bottle?
I don't drink beer.
I got you. All right, we'll do that then. 4.5. Case of beer or a bottle of whatever you drink. Sounds good. All right, guys. See you next week.